here too, yes. Fantastic. Alright, hello and welcome to the next Moneycast here. And with me today I have Screamy Memey here.
Hi.
Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I'm Screamy Memey. My actual name is Paxton. I'm the vocalist for End of an Era and Backstabber, and I scream at my phone on TikTok for attention, and that's about all I do. It's just make noise.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of your TikToks. I've actually, the first one was, I was watching Orion and we saw this TikTok on the stream when he did this challenge or something on TikTok,
Yeah,
the Black challenge.
the,
That
yeah.
was just like mental.
The
uh,
I've done the Blah challenge because it comes back every few months. Like someone else will do the challenge.
yeah.
I've done it like 3 or 4 times, but the first time I did it, it got like 400K views,
Oh shit.
and yeah, and Orion reacted to it on his page, and then like 2 weeks later, he issued like his own challenge. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it again." But my second one was not as good as my first one, and Orion would agree.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but the first one was good, so we're gonna go with the first one.
Oh yeah, that was fucking insane. But you don't only do like metal things though, right? Because I think I found
Yeah,
like some covers of like older, like I don't know, like Over the Rainbow and stuff like that,
yeah,
which are really cool. Like and you actually do sound extremely good in that too. So
I
have you done
appreciate
like
that.
different vocals? How long have you been practicing and all this like vocals?
So, for harsh vocals, I've been doing them since I was 15.
Okay.
So this year's gonna be my 6th year of doing it. Um, But as far as like clean vocals and shit, I've kind of been doing those all my life. I'm just way more confident with my harsh vocals because less of my voice is in it, so I'm less embarrassed if I fuck up. Um, but I every once in a while I'll post clean vocals just because people tend to like them. But the main thing that I do, even if I'm not doing like a metal song, I'll just scream over it. Like I've taken a good bit of like pop music and old like R&B and shit like that, and I'll scream those lyrics. And the reaction's pretty split. Half the people are like, "Cool, this is awesome, I love this," and the other half are just like, "You ruined the song, stop." So I think it's
Like,
funny either way.
yeah, I can see
But
that.
there are some people who get actually like upset with me for some of the shit that I cover.
Yeah, I can imagine like people that are like a hugest fan of that artist, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah,
let me scream that.
yeah. Uh, I did one. It was Michael Bolton. How am I supposed to live without you? And I love that song. That's one
Hmm.
of my favorite songs ever. I love Michael Bolton. Some of his fans got pissed. I got messages over that video
Oh shit!
being like, yeah, I got messages being like, you need to fucking stop. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. But people were like, out of all of them, that was the one that really just like pissed people off. Because most people, if they don't like something, they're just going to scroll. But
Yeah.
sometimes you just the wrong person sees it and they're like, you know what? I should tell this person how awful they are.
Exactly. Like, but
Yeah,
people are always gonna be people that are like offended by everything, and every everything will offend some.
yeah,
Everything will offend someone. Yeah. So there's
yeah.
so end of an era now. How did that come to be? Like all of you different YouTube personalities coming together, kind of.
Yeah. So, our lead guitarist is a YouTuber called McNasty. He's a pretty big gaming YouTuber. Um, I've been a fan of him since I was 16.
Oh shit.
So when I got a message, and it was like 3 in the morning, because I used to live on the East Coast. So over here it would have been like midnight, but out there it was like 3 in the fucking morning. And my phone lights up and it says McNasty official wants to send you a message, and I was like, "There's no fucking way."
Oh shit.
And I picked it up and was like, "Hey, do you want to start a band? I saw your TikTok," and I was like, "Dude, hell yeah!" Like I freaked out. And about 3 months after the band formed, uh, he asked me, he's like, "Hey, do you just want to like my roommate's moving out? Do you want to come live with me?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude!" So now I'm living in California. Um,
Oh shit.
Our rhythm guitarist, and he also does like the sound engineering for us, is Andrew Zink from Brojob. Um, which I've been a fan of Brojob for years, so this is like a dream for me. It's like people that I've been a fan of for a hot minute. I'm in a band with them, and our drummer is the drummer for Dream of Scipio, David Paradise. That dude's a fucking machine. Like he's one of the best drummers I have ever seen in my life, and he does. I don't know if you've ever seen his TikToks or not, but he's the dude who will take videos of people making sounds and then drum over it.
Oh shit! No, I
So
haven't seen that. I have to check that out then.
yeah, I'll send you one of them. He actually duetted one of mine, which was like it was the main reason that I started to get traction is because of him.
Oh
Because
shit!
he followed me and then he saw this video where I did an impression of Marge Simpson and then screamed and he drummed over it and it took off and like overnight I gained like 20,000 followers and I was like, holy
Holy
shit.
shit!
Yeah, so I freaked out over it and now we're in a band together. So, yeah.
That's pretty fucking awesome. Pretty funny because I'm actually doing a podcast with Brojob on the 13th.
Oh, hell yeah. Tell Andrew I said, hey.
I will, for sure. I'm gonna bring this up. That's
Alright,
fucking
cool.
hilarious.
No, I didn't know that was going to happen. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I talk with Andrew just about every day now because like we become homies from the band.
Yeah.
But so me and Andrew also do a podcast thing, and we've had Jacob and Trevor on, drummer and the lead vocalist for Brojob. We've had
Yeah.
them on, and nicest fucking people, like so kind, so friendly. It's just a ton of fun talking with those guys. They're awesome. They're all cool.
I just love their lyrics. They are the most messed up fucking shit ever, and I just love it.
It's so good. I'm gonna be on their next song that comes out.
Oh
They're,
shit.
Yeah, so because like I think it's a movie, like the Barbie movie that's coming out. They're doing Barbie Girl, and Andrew messaged me the other day. He was like, "Hey, do you want to be on this?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So I got to get a little bit of footage of me recorded today, but the actual song I'm pretty sure is done.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
So I'm excited about that.
I
I'm
understand that. That's sick. That's really
Yeah,
sick.
I almost cried when he asked me because like even though we're in a band together, been listening to Brojob since I was 15, so like this is none of this makes sense.
I actually found out about Brojob through their Christmas EP they dropped last year. That was just like I just that had my like shin on the floor. I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Andrew messaged me when they first started working on it. He was like, "Hey, do you want to hear what I have so far?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah." I was listening to it. I was like, "This is the nastiest shit I've ever heard." It's so sick. Yeah, just whenever like he's working on something or if like he's trying something new out and he wants an opinion, he'll message me about it, and I love it because it means that I get to hear stuff early, and I'm just like, it's so good, it's so sick, I love this. So yeah, I'm very thankful for the band, obviously, but I'm thankful that like I've become friends with all of them.
Yeah.
Because like, I'm like kicking it with people that I've looked up to for a while, and they actually like me, so that's a huge thing. Like I was worried that they were gonna think I was annoying as fuck, because I'm like 10 years younger than all of them.
Oh shit.
So I was afraid that like our humor wouldn't line up, or that I was just gonna be some annoying kid who just hopped on. But they like me, so I was like, this is
Yeah, that's
great.
sweet. And yeah, you just pretty much just released the first song from End of an Era, right? Do you have more
Yeah.
coming like soon, or do you have?
Yeah, within the next few weeks we'll have something else because we're already pretty much done recording the next song. It just needs a
Okay.
mix, and we need to get some video put together and merchandise and stuff like that.
Are you gonna do like
Um,
an EP this year or like something like that?
if everything goes according to plan, yes.
Okay, that's sick.
Yeah, we've already got our next thing recorded. There might be like one or two things that we go back and like re-record because that's what we did with the first one. We pretty much had it mixed, and then after listening to it like 800 times, we realized like, oh wait, these couple sections we might need to go back and change. But as far as I know right now, the actual recording is done.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, so at some point within like a month or two, we'll have something out probably. Unless the production just takes a shit and we can't do anything with it. But if everything goes according to plan and everything goes well, it'll be soon.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
I'm
And
excited, man.
I love Death's Calling. That was fucking. It's insane.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's fucking crazy. But it has gotten, like, some mixed opinions.
Yeah.
It always happens. Like, especially with deathcore and this now, everyone connects everything back to Lorna Shore. It's like, it's starting to really piss me off. Because as soon as someone releases, like, it can be like a band that has released shit for like ages, and as soon as they release something new, they're like, "Oh yeah, this sounds like Lorna Shore." No, Lorna Shore sounds like them. God damn it!
So for our first track, we took a lot of inspiration.
Yeah.
We didn't realize how much we took. We didn't realize how much we took. I will say, 99% of the time, a band's first release is very derivative. Like that's just that happens, you know. Like fucking Cannibal Corpse's first album sounds like people before them.
Yeah.
Blasphemy's first album sounds like people before them. The first release is always derivative. It doesn't matter who you are or how cool you are or whatever. It's always derivative.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what determines what is and is not a good band, it's got nothing to do with numbers or anything like that. It's being able to move past that derivative stage and come into your own sound, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, Cannibal Corpse, they went from sounding very close to like Obituary and shit like that, and now other bands are trying to sound like them, after all these years. Same thing with Blasphemy. People are like, to this day, bands are coming out trying to sound identical to Blasphemy. And then after a few years, hopefully quicker than that, but like after a few years, they'll have their own sound.
Yeah.
And that's, in my opinion, that's what kind of determines what is and isn't a good band.
So are you going for like different sounds for these songs coming out now? Like, are you experimenting a little bit, or what are you going?
It still sounds like us.
Yeah.
But it's not the same tone.
Oh, okay.
Because the track we just did has clean vocals in it.
Yeah.
Which I did not like tracking. I get so fucking nervous tracking clean vocals. I hate it.
I mean, from what I've heard from like your covers on your YouTube channel, your clean vocals sounds really good. So I don't think you have a lot for. I don't think you have a lot to be nervous about. And I mean, your fucking screams are like mental, just crazy.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much people were gonna like the screams, because I never would have started a TikTok or an Instagram, because the whole Screamy Memey shit started on Instagram, and then I got a TikTok. I wouldn't have done any of it if my friend Kaylee hadn't told me to, because she knew I was a vocalist and she had heard that. Because like I would just send her videos of me screaming because she loves music.
Okay.
And I was like, "This is what I'm doing." And eventually it got to a point where she was like, "You should start posting this. I think people would like it." And now, 2 years later, I'm living in California in a band. So it worked out. It worked out really well.
Hell yeah.
I'm just shocked at like how much people enjoy it,
Oh yeah. You seem to have a really like fun personality too.
I try.
I mean, the fucking Blech, that's just my favorite TikTok, the fucking Blech, and it might be the longest fucking Blech in history too. It just never stops. It's just like, okay, still going.
Just 9 seconds of and it just keeps on and on and on.
Oh my god.
That was something. I got comments on that video like, "That wasn't a bleh, you just yelled." It's like, fuck off. Everyone else liked it. Why can't you have fun? Come on.
There's always gonna be the one. Someone just have to. They're just sitting there and trying to. Hey, can I find something? Can I find something?
Dude, I don't know what it is. TikTok has like turned off all of their comment filters.
Really?
Because like, yeah, for a hot minute, if somebody said something kind of questionable,
Hmm?
TikTok would either filter it out or they would put it in like a filtered section that I could approve. And
Yeah.
I don't like it when TikTok filters shit because I want people to be able to say whatever the fuck they want to say. So I'll go through my filtered section and like just hit approve on shit. Here lately, there is no filter, and I'm getting a lot of just shit comments being like, "You're fat." That's the one thing I see
What?
every day. Literally yesterday, I got a comment from someone like, "You look big." Dude,
What do they think
like
they
what the
accomplish?
Yeah, it's like, what does that have to do with this video? But it's a lot. Like, a lot. People just like, you're fat. It's like, do you not think I know that? I can see too. But they're just like, "Ooh." They act like it's some grand revelation that I'm overweight. It's like, dude, if you can't tell I'm fat, I'll move the mic stand and let you look again. Like, come on, bro. There's a lot of me. I'm aware, but
Oh
it's
my
constant.
god.
Every
Oh,
day now. And for a while, like I would get those comments like maybe once or twice a month,
yeah.
just because like some people just can't help themselves. But in the last week, it's like TikTok turned off their filters, so like every day someone's just like big. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh my god. Like, what do they think they accomplish with these comments? I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, the internet.
I've just
It's
I've just I've just I've just taken to being mean to them.
yeah.
It's like they'll just say that I'm fat, and I'll just be like, it's not my fault that your dad likes them big, and just shit like that. And they get mad about it because like, everyone's heard the your mom joke, but when you start talking about like fucking somebody's dad, then they get pissed.
Oh
I don't know.
yeah.
It's just it hits different. It hits your ears different when someone starts talking about your dad because everyone's used to the your mom jokes,
Yeah. Oh, but
But
that's
yeah,
hilarious.
people suck. But usually the worst people are the easiest to have fun with.
Yeah.
Because you can just say whatever and they're going to lose their shit. It's great.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that in video games. Like when I played, I don't know if it was, yeah, it was a long time ago. But when I played CS and people were
Yeah.
like complaining, I would just fucking say shit to piss them off even more, and then just drive them. People. It
Yeah.
ended up with someone leaving the team because they were so pissed.
Oh
They
my
were like
God.
they alt F4 or something. They were pissed off. They were
It's like
so
throw their
pissed off.
hands up like I'm fucking done.
Pretty much.
Jeez. I'm the dude on the team who just runs around singing and dying over again, like over and over again, because I am bad at multiplayer games.
Oh,
I
okay.
suck at first-person shooters. So I don't play to be competitive. I play because I just want to vibe with my friends. So I'm running around like singing Creed or like Godsmack or some shit, and like getting fucking shot over and over and over again. And every once in a while it gets to a point where there's like, can you shut the fuck up and play the game? And it's like, I'm trying to play. You see how it's going for me. Don't fucking tell me what to do. You wanted to play this. And it's I don't know. I prefer to not take anything seriously
Oh yeah.
because it pisses off the people who take it overly seriously.
Mm.
And I think that's hilarious. Because like, there are some people who try to suck the fun out of everything.
Mm.
So if you can have fun and ruin things for those people, it's heavenly.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
It's great.
Like right now, I'm just basically playing Destiny 2 the whole time. So I'm only playing that, and I wish you could talk to the other teams in voice. I just wanna like scream at them. Oh, but now it's my teammates that gets to hear all my cursing and shit. Like
Nice.
I sit in the Discord with my like clan, and we have this girl,
Yeah.
and she goes off every night. She'll be sitting and playing like PvP, and she's just like whore, fuck you, eat a dick. Like she's like, and it's constant.
Just constant, like, eat a dick, fuck you.
Yeah, every time she dies.
it.
Oh, it's so
I
funny.
yell when I die. I yell when I die because I think it's funny. It's like, I'm bad at they've added like new game modes to Apex.
Oh, okay.
So they have like team deathmatch. They have this one where it's basically gun game, but like you're on teams instead of by yourself.
Oh.
Just like all kinds of different shit. Um, so the other night, me and my friend Jacob were playing those, and like I was singing, but every time I would die, I would just yell, "Fuck you, you mouth breather," and just shit like that, and just go right back to singing. And I had so much fucking fun doing that shit. Just
Oh
because
my
I don't know,
god, you would have me dying if you.
it's going from calm to rage back to calm. I think is the funniest shit ever. So I love doing it because it makes me laugh too. You know.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. Uh, well, back to
If I was
music a little
better
bit.
at games, man. Oh, back to music. All right, cool.
I just for a hot minute I just forgot that we were even talking about music. Just
I did too. I was like, hell yeah, let's talk about Apex Legends.
Well, I'm in both of these fucking things. I'm a gamer and I'm a metalhead, so.
Yeah. I am too. I got all my fucking metal shit. Oh, you can see my bowl of mac and cheese.
Hell yeah, mac and cheese.
That's what I was in the kitchen doing earlier. Was like mixing mac and cheese.
Hell
and I forgot that I said it there, so you can see it.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm gonna be doing. That's what I'm gonna be doing after the podcast is eating some mac and cheese.
Okay, that doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah.
Well, did you grow up listening to metal too, or did the metal thing come
Kinda.
later on?
So my dad is like to this day, he's a huge wrestling fan. And in the early 2000s, because like new metal and shit like that was really popping off like big, the WWE had a fuck ton of like metal as the wrestlers' theme songs.
Oh,
like they also had like some other genres because Killswitch Engage did a theme song for CM Punk. Motorhead did a bunch of theme songs for them, but Limp Bizkit would do theme songs and shit like that. So my dad would buy the albums of the wrestlers' theme songs, and like we would go on long car rides, and it would play, and it would be like some generic like pop shit, and then just Motorhead, and then like some whatever the fuck, and then like Limp Bizkit, and that's kind of how I got a taste for it because I was like, that sounds really fucking sick. And then one day I was 15 when this happened. Have you ever seen that video where they take "Dig" by Mudvayne, but like they swap the first scream with some dude just going it just completely throws off the song.
No, I haven't seen that.
I'm gonna have to send that to you. But I heard that, like that bass line, that down, and I was like, what the fuck? That is so sick. So I stayed up all night like trying to find the actual song because all I could find was like the meme of it. So like the first time that I heard some metal and I was like, was "Dig" by Mudvayne, and then I got into like Slipknot and System of a Down and all that. And now I'm into like death metal and all that good jazz. So
Hell yeah.
It evolves slowly over time, but I've always been subjected to metal without my parents realizing that they were like seasoning. You know, it's like we're gonna let him listen to Motorhead and Limp Bizkit, and then in 10 years we're gonna get mad that he likes Metallica. You know, it's that type of shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But you said you had another band too, right?
Yeah. So me and Andrew we're doing like this side project thing. It's just called Backstabber. It's
okay.
Really genty. It's like Meshuggah riffs, but tuned lower, basically.
Ooh.
And we're just doing that. We just kind of work on that whenever we have time, really.
Okay.
Like, if we've already gotten all of our work done for End of an Era, he'll just hit me up and be like, "Hey, I recorded a song yesterday. I'm gonna send it to you. Do you want to scream on it?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!" So that's how we're just doing that whenever we have time. You know?
Oh, okay. So you haven't released anything by Backstabber yet?
We released an EP, I think, like 4 days ago.
Oh shit! I haven't seen that.
Yeah, yeah. So we did that, but I think at some point we're gonna do another one because, like, we already have another one for Backstabber recorded. I just don't know when it's gonna be out.
Okay.
And they are nothing alike. The first one's about like not being happy with your life and like being abused and shit.
Okay.
And then he sends me this other EP that he had, and I was like, Have you ever listened to Septic Flesh?
Oh yeah.
I love Septic Flesh. They're amazing. They're one of my favorite bands ever. Uh, when he sent me that other one, I had been listening to the Communion album like that entire week. So I was like, I really want to sing about Egypt, so we should do that. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm down. Because, like, like Anubis and all that good shit. So the next one that's coming out, if we release that one before anything else, it's all about like Egypt and like ancient religion and stuff like that. Um, so there's definitely a tone shift, but I'm honestly a lot more proud of the work on that Egypt one than on the first one.
Okay.
Uh, so I'm looking forward to that one coming out. I just don't know when we're gonna release it because again, it's just kind of, we're not doing anything Friday. Let's drop it, you know.
All right, all right. That sounds actually really cool with the Egypt theme. I've
Yeah,
been interested by it, but there's so much. Like, if you look at
there's a
the like
lot.
ancient Egypt, you're like, holy fuck, that's a lot of things to know
Yeah,
about. Like, I've seen the
I
mummy. It's just I've seen the mummy. Okay.
holy shit. I haven't watched The Mummy in like a few years, but I love that movie.
Oh, it's so good.
Um, I think what like really sparked my interest in Egypt was Nile, like the band Nile, the death metal band.
Okay, yeah,
Um, fun fact, so I'm from South Carolina.
yeah.
They're also from South Carolina. Nile is from Greenville, I believe, which I think is like 2 or 3 hours away from where I used to be. Um, but I didn't know they were from South Carolina until a few months ago. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Because Nile's one of my favorite bands.
Yeah.
Love them. But their album Black Seeds of Vengeance really got me into like Egyptian stuff. Um, which they also talk about like other religions, like ancient Sumerian religions and things like that. But
Hmm.
like, their name is Nile, and they talk about all this stuff. And I was like, I'm gonna look into this. I'm gonna see what I can find out. And then I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But there's so much I can't learn everything about it, you know. And there's a lot of stuff that I really feel is just kind of lost in translation, you know.
Yeah, but
Because there's a lot of stuff that like the ancient Egyptians just didn't record. Um, because like they have different like imagery of them like making hieroglyphs and stuff like that, but then like other parts of life that we don't really know anything about, they just didn't really record it because I guess they didn't think it was important,
Hmm.
or maybe like whatever group was recording that moved on and another one settled because apparently there's been like a fuck ton of different people come in and settle over the years, which like that happens everywhere,
Hmm.
but like, you know, when a piece of land has been around for that fucking long, you know, a ton of people are going to come through, do their own thing, move on, new people come up. So there's a lot of stuff that I wish we knew because I love history,
Hmm.
but we just don't know it.
yeah, but
And it does kind of make me sad because I would love to know like everything about what they were doing. Same thing with like ancient Mesopotamia and ancient Sumeria and stuff like that. Like ancient cultures, just it makes me happy to learn about it because I'm like, this is so fucking cool. Because it's a group of people who like they don't have even half the technology we have now, and they're coming up with their own explanations for how everything works and like coming up with their own ways of doing things. And I was like, this is amazing. It's so cool. But it's a lot of it's lost to time and it makes me sad because like I would love to know that stuff, you know?
yeah, I mean the ingenuity and shit the
Yeah.
Egyptians had, it's
Oh yeah. It is
insane.
mind blowing. Just fucking mind blowing. I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fucking cool, dude. It's amazing. And like there's so many like just all over the world, dude. Like, there are so many things where we don't really know how it was put together. Like Stonehenge, we don't know how that shit was put together. But acoustically, Stonehenge is like flawless. Like apparently it's got like the best acoustics possible.
Oh
And
shit.
I think that's fucking awesome. Um I think the explanation for, and I might be wrong, so like don't quote me on this. I think the explanation for Stonehenge is that it like lines up with solar eclipses, something like that.
Ah,
I
okay.
might be misremembering, but I think that was it. Where like it will line up perfectly at certain points, something along those lines. Um, but as far as like the acoustics of Stonehenge goes, apparently it's fucking perfect. Like everything just reverberates and bounces back and forth in like a flawless way. I want to go to Stonehenge so fucking bad because it looks beautiful. You know, there's a lot of shit that I want to see. Number one, because it's interesting, but number two, because it's just beautiful.
Oh
Like
yeah.
we live in a beautiful fucking world, uh, and I really want to see a lot of it. So
Yeah, I would love to travel around, like
yeah,
New Zealand and Scotland and a lot of different places. I would love to
yeah,
see like jungles too. I've never
oh yeah,
been like anywhere like really tropical with jungles, so I would
yeah,
love to experience that because I keep bird spiders as well. So it would be cool
oh
to
hell
see
yeah,
one in the wild.
yeah.
uh,
The other day, well, not even the other day, it was yesterday. Uh, Me and Eric, we were just driving around,
yeah.
and I'm sure it would take us a couple hours to get out there, but like we live close enough to some mountain ranges that while we're driving, we just see like snow-capped mountains off in the distance, and it is the most beautiful thing ever.
Holy shit.
Like just driving and looking, and just in the distance, you see wilderness, like all these trees, these mountain ranges with snow on top, and like it is beautiful, dude. Like it's
Yeah.
so amazing to look at, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's just like holy shit, like this is where we live. Like we live in a place where that's there, and we're all just supposed to be like, yeah, whatever. Like we take it for granted, you know, because we get so used to seeing wild shit that we don't really sit back and think like that is thousands of tons of stone with ice on top that fell from the fucking sky, and we're just like, yeah, that's normal. It's like that's fucking awesome, is what that is. But we're just like, whatever. I've seen cooler shit on TV, and it's like, okay, but like that's there, you know.
Yeah, that's
So
one
like
thing. Seeing it on like your PC or like your TV or something, and then seeing it in real life. I've been
yeah, it
skiing
clicks, you
in
know.
Austria once. I was there once on a ski trip, and just the views and everything
Yeah,
when you went down, it was insane,
yeah.
so fucking crazy.
Seeing nature and like stuff like that, it brings like this deep joy
Mm,
to me.
mm.
That is something that I loved about South Carolina. The area that I lived in was a ton of like farmland, um, and like pastures and shit like that. So driving around, like going to and from work or going out to eat and coming back home, there's just these giant open fields
Oh shit.
with like lakes and forests and everything everywhere, and it's just beautiful, dude. And
Where's the Everglades at? Is that in?
that's Florida.
That's Florida. Okay.
Yeah. Um, I would like to go to the Everglades at some point because I love animals, and I would love to see like crocodiles and snakes and like all the lizards and stuff that they have there. Um, but what I wouldn't enjoy is the giant clouds of mosquitoes that they have there. Because apparently in the Everglades, mosquitoes get so bad, like they'll fly in clouds that you can't fucking see through.
Oh
They just
fuck me.
swarm.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck
so
no.
that's something because a lot of bugs just make me like they give me the heebie-jeebies and shit. So I don't know if I would appreciate seeing a cloud of bugs that was so thick I can't see through it. But seeing like an alligator or a boa or whatever the fuck, I would just be like, that is awesome.
Oh
That's
yeah.
so fucking sick. Because I love reptiles, man. Like reptiles are my fucking thing. I love them.
I both
Uh,
like arachnids and reptiles. I don't have any reptiles, but yeah, I
yeah.
have like 20 spiders, so that's enough.
Spiders scare the fuck out of me, except for a few of them. There are some spiders where I'm just like, that is fucking awesome. Like jumping spiders, they're the
Oh yeah.
cutest thing on the planet. Because like they just have like these derpy little faces, and they're just like, look at that. They're like they point at shit. So like if you have a pet one and like it starts to recognize you, they're like, oh, you're the person who feeds me, you're the person who takes care of me. Then you can go up to them and they'll just be like, what's up with it? Like they just start pointing at you and shit. I love them so much. And some tarantulas will do that too. They don't, from what I've seen, tarantulas don't point at things as much as jumping spiders do. But like, if a tarantula does attach itself to you, like, oh, that's my friend, they will just like wait for you to put your hand out so they can crawl onto you. The thing about tarantulas is they're way more shy than jumping spiders are.
Oh yeah, they're shy.
From what I've seen and everything, like a jumping spider, they'll just be like, ah, that's my friend, and like they'll crawl on you and just like vibe. Tarantulas are like, if you breathe the wrong way, I will go into cardiac arrest. Please be gentle. Like they're just so shy about everything. Um,
Some of
they're
them,
kind of
yeah.
pricey. They're kind of pricey, but I would love. What the fuck are they called? They're the tarantulas who have like blue feet. There's a specific name for them. They're from India. They are gorgeous. They are.
Pocleaferia metallica, I think you're thinking about.
I think so. They're just beautiful to look at, dude.
Oh
They're
yeah,
amazing.
they're amazing. Yeah.
I think if I remember right, and this is unfortunate, I think that that specific type of tarantula is endangered at this point
Oh yeah, it
because a
is.
lot of
It
their
is.
habitats are getting destroyed.
I actually
Um,
have one of them. Like the
oh
tarantula
hell yeah,
scene is very different in America than it is in Europe because in Europe tarantulas are way cheaper. Like
yeah,
if we order a tarantula from like Poland or something and they send that a mail, it's like a fourth of the price from
yeah,
if we buy it here. But
yeah.
yeah, I bought two Metallicas last year, and I have one left, sold one. But you have to have these papers on them, where they came from, which egg
Yeah.
sac it got pulled from, what was the mother, and blah 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 blah. Because if you can get cited for a lot of money if you have one and you don't have papers for it,
Yeah.
because it
Which like,
could be well cost.
that helps keep them safe. You
Yeah,
know, it's like making sure everything's documented.
yeah, exactly, and that's a good
Um,
thing.
yeah. Anything that we can do to like help protect animals. And I'm not gonna pretend like I have some giant like moral high ground. I'm a terrible human being, but we should be protecting, the things that we have. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
um, I'm pretty sure like where I live now, tarantulas and scorpions and stuff are starting to move closer to people.
Oh,
Um, tarantulas less so. Tarantulas, they don't really like to fuck with a lot of heavy vibrations and shit. So they don't like cities too much, but they do like roaches. So as the roaches start to move closer to cities, scorpions and tarantulas are following them because they start to realize like, oh, all of our food's over there. So scorpions, shit like that, they'll get closer. The problem with scorpions is that they're shy too. Like there are very few animals that aren't shy. Most animals, they're just like, ugh. But scorpions are less shy than tarantulas because scorpions know they can fuck us up. They're just like, oh, that thing is like 83 times my size, but I can stab it with my ass and it will be in such pain that it will leave me alone forever. So scorpions are less afraid of people. Like they're more likely to go up to you and just be like, fuck you, you're in my nest. Because tarantulas are like, oh shit, we gotta get out of here. Because they're just like, tarantulas are like scared little dogs. They just don't. They don't want to hurt anything. Like they just want to be left alone.
but
Do you know some?
if
If
you
you
fuck
fuck with a
with,
tarantula, yeah,
they
yeah,
will fuck you up. Yeah, they will fuck you
yeah.
up badly. Oh my! Just if
Some
you're seeing the fangs in person, then you don't want to
they're
fuck it.
fucking huge.
Yep.
They're huge. Some tarantulas keep fucking little frogs as pets.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, they'll dig like a little burrow and they'll let a little frog live there and like they'll protect the frog and in exchange the frog keeps ants away from the nest.
Exactly.
And
That's
it's
so
so
fucking
cool.
cool.
It's so cool, dude. I love frogs and I love tarantulas and they're just awesome. But
Yeah.
I would love to have a tarantula or a frog or something like that. But it like this is a kind of loud house sometimes because like tracking vocals and playing loud music and shit
Yeah.
like that. So I don't want to own an animal that I'm gonna make uncomfortable.
Oh yeah.
So I would like to have it, but for the sake of like making sure they're happy, making
Yeah.
sure they're safe, So maybe in the future, but at the moment, I'm not gonna. I don't want to make an animal uncomfortable for my own happiness of like being able to touch it.
Yep.
Plus, like right now, we have a hamster and a chihuahua, and neither of them mind the loud music.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so we were tracking vocals the other day, and the dog was just like in and out, looking at us, like pawing us on the leg, just moving on, and the hamster was asleep.
Okay.
Teddy hamsters apparently, and I didn't know this until like a few weeks ago because I was wondering.
Yeah.
Apparently, teddy hamsters are nocturnal.
Oh shit.
So, yeah, so like during the day, she just sleeps. I didn't know that they were nocturnal. So like, I was wondering, like, I never see her during the day, and every time I'm in the living room, because like, I don't know why I love carrots so much. I just really like carrots. So I would go get a carrot and like I would give her a little piece of it and shit like that. And she was always out at nighttime, so I looked it up, and apparently the species of hamster she is, they're nocturnal.
Oh shit.
So she just comes out at night to run in circles, and then when the sun starts coming up, she'll just go back into her little house and like dig into the fluff and like bury herself, and she just sits there until the sun goes back down. She's a cool hamster.
Hell yeah. Go. Let's listen to End of an Era, Death's Calling here.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, just like as a side note,
Yeah.
Do you see those 4 symbols that are up under everything?
Oh yeah.
Those symbols represent the different members of the band.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. I'm thinking about getting mine like tattooed on me at some point.
Oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah, mine is that swirling thing. That's a symbol that means like movement and power and shit like that.
I love the graphics too. So sick.
Yeah. I believe the artist's name is PJ. He did an amazing job.
And as I said, Lord of the Rings, deathcore.
Yeah. We're planning on like having more choirs and stuff with this one that we're working on now.
Oh yeah, choirs in metal are so awesome. I love it.
I love it.
That drum there is just mental.
Yeah, David is a fucking animal on drums, dude.
Oh, it's just nasty. Oh. It just hits so fucking hard. It's insane.
The amount of like impacts that we put in this, like bass, like boom.
Yeah,
It's absurd. Because we wanted like everything to just be like boom. I love it, dude. I know that sounds narcissistic, but I love it.
very nice guitar as well.
Oh yeah. I love all like the orchestral shit, like the violins and everything.
Yeah, that's so much. Oh, it's just... Man, your high screams are insane too.
They've gotten better recently, actually. This next song, they're gonna sound a lot better than they sound here.
Oh, damn.
I've been practicing every fucking day.
Oh! So awesome that you put that guitar solo in too.
Yeah. The next solo for like the song that we're working on right now blows this one out the water. It is so much better. Everything with this next song is better than what we did the first time.
This is our last cut.
It's just ridiculous. Ooh. It's just hilarious. Oh, it's so good.
This whole thing is ridiculous.
Yes. Oh.
That gargling sound, a lot of people have messaged me to ask if I actually did that or if that was just like edited in. Like, that's me. I can do that. But a lot of people were like, what? No. Fake. Like, come on, dude.
I mean, that fucking too. Oh my god. Yeah. It's like you first slap, and then you hit, and then you kick, and then the just fucking headbutts you. Like, it's insane. Oh, such an awesome song.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and this with the Lorna Shore, like, it being like Lorna Shore sound, I mean, what's the problem with that? If it's a good song, and if it's done, like, respectfully. So you just don't, like, take everything and then just make something, like, a parody, almost. But this is, like, serious, and this is really good, so... I mean, I don't think if Lorna Shore saw it, they would be pissed about it. I mean, they probably just been happy.
I would hope not.
I think they would be happy about it, honestly. Like, people like their music, they like their style. I mean, when that EP released to the Hellfire EP, oh my fuck, with the traction it got, it was insane. And that's probably why, like, so much of the new deathcore is like, what do you say? Like, Lorna Shore sound.
Yeah.
They talk about Lorna Shore sound.
Yeah, a lot of the more recent shit has been, like, in the realm of blackened deathcore.
Yeah.
Like, they're starting to add, like, all of the orchestral shit, all of the, like, all the creepy sounding, like, tremolo, and all the fucking shit. So, yeah, I love a lot of it. I will admit, just on a personal note, I am way more into death metal than I am into deathcore.
Okay.
I just, like, I could name off, like, 10 or 12 deathcore bands, but I can fucking talk for hours about death metal, just because that's the majority of what I listen to. But, when it comes to deathcore, I do prefer, like, the evil sounding shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, slamming deathcore is sick as fuck because it's all like dun, 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 like all that good shit. But if it's gonna have like that level of production, I want it to sound huge and evil. You know?
Yes.
If if your production isn't flawless, then keep it like caveman fucking like that type of shit. Because that just it tickles a different part of my brain. But when it comes to like highly produced shit where it's like everything's got to sound perfect, everything's got to sound clear, this is that. I want it to sound like you walked into a church service that you weren't supposed to walk into. You know, it's like everything's all big and like grand sounding. Like I love that. It's so sick.
Yeah, the symphonic elements is awesome. But like
Yeah.
the real pioneers behind Black and Deathcore as it is now, I would say it's Infant Annihilator and Shadow of Intent.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, I said this to a friend. Put Will's voice over an Infant song from 2012, and you
Yeah.
you have the Lorna Shore sound
of,
almost.
Yeah. One of Will's biggest inspirations he's talked about is Dickie Allen.
Yeah, I mean,
Like all of his like highs and shit. It's Dickie Allen.
yeah, I mean, you can really
who he
tell
got
that
it
too.
from, you know?
I mean, and
Yeah.
Dickie Allen and is such a pioneer too, with the
God, it's so good, dude.
with the pig squeals too.
Mhm.
It's
He's
insane.
just an amazing vocalist.
Yeah. So sad that Infant isn't around, but Scumfuck is, so that's good.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
Shadow of
sick as fuck,
Intent
dude.
also. But
They're
they
so fucking good.
they more bring in like the symphonic elements into it.
Yeah.
So if you put
Are
Infant and Shadow of Intent together, then you get like this black and deathcore
yeah.
kinda.
Are you
That's it.
into black metal at all?
Not black metal as pure, I'd say. I mean, I like the breakdowns and stuff in black and deathcore. That's, I don't know. I could probably learn to like it if I hear like good black metal, but the things I've heard has been
Black metal's pretty divisive because like there are some bands that sound awesome that have the worst fucking people in the band. And then there's bands that are just the sweetest people on the planet. They're so good, but maybe it's not quite where it could be. But here lately, like because of Andrew, I've gotten super into black metal.
Oh
Like,
shit.
checking out new black metal all the fucking time. Like, I've subscribed to a bunch of like black metal promotion shit now. Just because, you know, it's good. Like it's new to me. Like I know black metal's been around for decades at this point, but like for me, it's all still pretty fresh. So I'm just like, holy shit, this is sick. So here lately, I've gotten pretty into it, and I found like personally, I fuck with the more symphonic black metal more than I like the just raw shit. And there is some raw black metal that like they don't do a whole ton of symphonic stuff, but they still have that riffing style where everything sounds like sad, if that makes sense. Not necessarily like depressive black metal, but like the stuff that just sounds melancholic, where like you hear it and it's just like, I feel like I'm in the snow. That type of shit. I love that stuff. It's so fucking sick.
I haven't really looked
I'm
into
always-
symphonic black metal a lot, so maybe I
It's
should
pretty good.
check it out.
There's this one band. It's called Order of Nosferatu. They're like vampire themed, but all of their shit's symphonic.
Okay.
It's like they do like synths and like orchestral stuff. It's so fucking good. And like literally yesterday, I found this one band. I have to like pull it up because I don't speak the language. Sol on Varma. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that, but they are amazing. And like 4 days ago, they dropped an album that's just called Sol on Varma, and it's so fucking good. Don't understand. I don't know what language it's in. I don't know. So like, hopefully, they don't have some like god awful message where it's like, we gotta do this, you know, because I don't speak the language, so I don't know. But sound wise, it's fucking amazing. I love it. I was listening to it the other day and I was like, this is so fucking cool. You know?
Yeah.
That's like, I love listening to music that's in languages that I don't speak. Just because, like, for me, not being able to understand what's being said adds something to it. Like, obviously, for a lot of stuff, I'm like, okay, I want to know what's being said. But every once in a while, I like to get into music where it's in a different language. I have no idea. Because at that point, you're not trying to follow along with the words. You're following the feeling of it.
Well, have you
And
listened
like,
to something to Rammstein then?
yeah, I love them, dude.
I
I
saw
love
them
them so
live
fucking
last year,
much.
and it was the best show I've seen in my
Oh,
life. Like
I am so
show-wise,
jealous. I'm
show-wise,
so
there's
jealous.
nothing that's even coming close. Like just show-wise,
Yeah,
music-wise, I like the smaller arenas more, smaller concert places,
yeah,
because of the connection you get with the audience and the pits and everything. But
yeah.
for grand, big, bombastic show, there is nothing that even comes close to
Y-
Rammstein. It's
You know who
just
puts on some kick-ass shows? Judas Priest.
oh shit!
The
I haven't
yeah,
seen them.
yeah. So I've only been to one concert in my life, and it was Judas Priest and Sabaton was opening for them because
Ooh.
Sabaton and Judas Priest went on tour for like the 50 years of Judas Priest thing, and they were in North Carolina. So me and my buddy RJ, we went to go see them. It was amazing. Like Sabaton fucking killed it because like they do a lot of theatric stuff. Like their drum set is a tank, and they have this one song about like uh chemical weapons being used on the fields and shit like
Hmm.
that. So whenever that song plays, Joachim, who's like their singer, he puts on like a gas mask and like it looks like a flamethrower, but it like just shoots fog everywhere. It's so fucking sick, and they get so into it. Uh, they have one song about I think it was Charles the 12th from Sweden,
Yeah, yeah,
Carolus Rex.
yeah.
And before singing that song, Joachim was like, "Is there anyone here who's from Sweden, or is there anyone with like Swedish blood in them?" And this one dude like raised his hands like, "Yo, my family's from Sweden." And he's like, "This song is for you!" And like they start singing Careless Rex, and I got so fucking into that. It
Oh
was
yeah.
so good. And then Judas Priest came out, and the breakdown and setup between the two bands was like an hour long because Judas Priest had a full fucking set. Like they had a giant brick wall and like a big screen that they could show stuff on, and like a giant like their symbol thing, like it looks like a trident.
Yep.
They had one of those, but it had LEDs all over it, and it was hung up so that at some point it could come down and start shooting lights at people. And they had all these lasers set up, and like trash cans, and like all this different shit set up. And fucking Rob Halford had a motorcycle that he would ride onto stage at one point. And like throughout the entire set, Rob was running backstage whenever like a solo was going on or like between songs or some shit, and he would change into a different costume and run back on stage and keep performing. It was life changing, dude. And like Electric Eye, how they always do like I think the Hellion, like that's their intro for it. When that was playing, all of the lights cut off except for like their giant symbol, and it starts coming down slowly, like glowing red and green and shit, and starts shooting lasers everywhere. Like I'm getting chills right now thinking about it because it was actually just life changing, and it's like that intro was just so fucking sick, and then everything like it's just like, down, 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 down. Like I was God, dude, I was so fucking into that. Like hands in the air, it's like fucking yeah. And when they did Painkiller, I almost fucking killed somebody. It's like that song gets in your blood, dude.
Yeah.
And like right before doing it, Rob was changing costumes, and their drummer was like doing some stage banner. So he was like, "Yeah, so on the way up here, we were talking to this dude, like, hey, we're doing a show in North Carolina, and we were in Charlotte. And Raleigh is the capital of North Carolina. It's the capital city of that state.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure how close Raleigh is to Charlotte because I'm unfamiliar with the geography. But we were in Charlotte, and apparently the people who live in Charlotte are very proud of the fact that they live in Charlotte. So the drummer's like, we were talking to this dude saying, hey, we're going to go play in North Carolina. And he was like, have fun in Raleigh. And everyone was like, fuck that guy. He should die. And just shit like that. And he was like, so let's show Raleigh how Charlotte fucking rocks. And everyone lost their mind. I didn't even live in Charlotte. And even I was just like, yeah. Like I was getting so into it. And then he was like, what do you want to hear? And like both hands in the air, like screaming as loud as I could, play Painkiller, please. And he was like, do y'all want to hear Painkiller? And everyone was like, fuck yeah. Well, he starts doing like and dude, I almost fucking punched somebody. I was like, this is it. Like, this is the moment. And Rob came out on stage like, faster than a bullet! And I was like, oh my god, he's doing the thing! Like, I lost it, dude. That was so fucking cool. I have to see them again. Like, I have to. I will never forgive myself if I only get to see them once.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, it was a tiny venue. Like, it was a fucking seated venue. Like, it was a little
shit.
amphitheater, like a little tiny amphitheater. No one was sitting down, but it was like a little amphitheater, and like tiny. And they did all of that for a tiny venue.
Oh shit.
Imagine the shit they would do. Because like I've seen like other live footage. They go crazier the bigger the venue is. I want to see them at like Walkin' or some shit.
Oh,
Like it's a giant fucking. Dude, I love Judas Priest so fucking much, man.
I
They're
would love
so
to go
good.
to Walken some year. I will go to Walken or something like that.
Fuck yeah.
Some of those festivals seems freaking insane.
Oh yeah. I gotta go to a Live with Full Force at some point, dude. It's like they always do a bunch of crazy shit.
I wanted to go to Sweden Rock this year on the Saturday because Spirit Bugs plays on Saturday.
Yeah.
And Pantera and everything, but the one-day tickets for the Saturday sold out in 15 minutes.
Fucking hell.
So I didn't get a ticket for it. I was like, fuck you, fuck everything.
Fuck all y'all. You stole this from me.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can find something on resale, but
I hope you do, man, because like that sounds like it's gonna be a kick-ass show.
yeah, it's the Saturday is like the best day, pretty much.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
play a
maybe
festival at some point.
Copenhagen. Copenhagen looks really cool too. It's
Hell yeah.
like a big ass festival in Copenhagen.
Yeah. I want to see if I can find like a slam festival like near me, because California has a really fucking like rich slam community. Like there are so many slam bands out here. There's so many slam fans out here. So like when I was in South Carolina, there really weren't options for like metal. You know, like every once in a while, a big band would be in a city 3 hours away, but where I was at, there wasn't really any options. So now that I'm out here in a place where there's music everywhere, like there's music stores everywhere, there's record stores everywhere, there's bands everywhere. Like I went to a guitar shop yesterday with my guitarist. He's also my roommate, Eric. Just getting some shit handled with the guitar that he bought. And there were flyers all over the shop. It's like, we're going to be playing here. We're going to be doing this. We need a vocalist. We need a drummer. We need this. We need this. We're going to give this to you. Just like all this different shit. I was like, there's so much music here.
I'm gonna be rich.
It's amazing. I was like, dude, I love that shit. Like, I don't play any instruments. I'm learning to play the ukulele because I think it would be funny.
I can see.
I
Oh my god!
I want to do it for
Please.
TikTok.
Oh my god! I need to see that you're playing ukulele and fucking Bleghs.
Yeah, I'm wanting to learn like Dying Fetus on the ukulele. Specifically, I want to learn From Womb to Waist because that's like my favorite Dying Fetus song. So I feel like if I could get that on the ukulele and just like do it on TikTok, that would be sick as fuck. I just still need to learn how to play the thing because it is slow going,
Oh yeah.
But even though I can't play anything, like I still love going to like instrument stores and shit, like guitar shops, fucking piano shops, all these different places, because music is my thing. Like music for a while has been my thing, but like, music saved my life. I want to do music. That's all I want to do is music. So going into a place where it's nothing but music just makes me happy. Like I love it so fucking much.
I actually never have been in a pure like instrument music store since I can't play any instruments or anything. I'm just like I would look like a total idiot if I walk into there like what the fuck is that? That's a bass. Like
yeah.
You see these people going in and just going ham on the drums and
oh yeah, the people who walk in and like they look around for 2 seconds and immediately know like that's the thing I want to look at.
Yeah.
I could not imagine like knowing instruments to that degree where you can just take a look around a shop and just be like, that's the one. and just go to it.
That's why I'm so
Um,
impressed by these like one-man bands. Also,
fucking legendary.
I don't know if you know who the Oracle Spectre is, or Oracle Spectre. I think he calls himself only. He is a
That
one-man
sounds
deathcore
really
band, and
familiar.
he is so good and super cool dude as well. I
Yeah,
had him on for a podcast episode. I think he was the second podcast I ever did. I had him on, and he was so cool, super
hell
awesome
yeah.
dude, and his songs are so sick too.
The what the fuck is? I think it's called a. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I could look it up. I don't know why I'm trying to remember what it's called. But you know those tiny pianos? They have like a little plastic hose coming off of it, and you put it in your mouth, and
Oh
like
my
the
god,
sound comes
yes.
through. They have one of those at the guitar shop I went to. I'm thinking about picking it up, just being like, this could go places, you know.
Oh yeah,
Tiny
we have
piano.
Eminence that plays violin on stage. Then we have Screamy Memey that
Yeah,
plays this.
yeah, the melodica, the
Melodica,
melodica.
okay.
Yeah, I want one so bad
They look
because
cool.
like they look really cool. I just think it would just I don't know, I'm always thinking about like what can I do that would look cool but also like would be something I enjoy doing. Cuz like there are some things that would look pretty cool or like be good for entertainment value, but I
Mm.
don't know if I want to do it, you know? Like fucking climbing onto things and jumping off, like that would look cool. It would be good for entertainment. I don't want to do that. I'm scared of heights. But like getting a melodica, I'd be like, that would look funny, and I would enjoy learning how to play it.
Oh
So
yeah.
stuff like that. Um, and it pretty much always relates back to music because it's just like
I mean, could
again,
be a
that's my
fun
thing.
thing to add into metal too. I mean,
Yeah.
they make violin sound so good. It's one of the best instruments in like almost
Oh
in
yeah.
metal. Like Eminence is one of my favorite like metalcore bands, and
Yeah.
like the violin solos and everything is just like what? Like
Have you ever listened to Mark Woods?
no, no.
So he's been doing it for a hot fucking minute, but he's a violin player,
Okay.
and but he does like old school rock, like rock
Oh.
and metal and shit like that. He has this one song. It's called Monkey Bats, and like there's no lyrics. It's just violin. Uh, like it's like how long is that song? It's like 5 minutes or some shit. It's like a 5 minute long violin solo over top of like some kick ass fucking metal, and it goes so fucking hard. And apparently, he's friends with Dee Snider from Twisted Sister because
Oh.
they did this show. Because Dee is always like trying to give to like school choirs and shit like that because like he wants as many people to be into music as possible. So they were doing this one show. I think it was like a high school choir. Um, they did "We're Not Gonna Take It," and they had Mark Woods there playing the violin. That shit kicked ass. It was so good. Uh, yeah, if you're into like violins and like just seeing all the crazy shit violins can do, Mark Woods,
Oh yeah,
he's the
yeah.
guy.
Before metal, I listened to Lindsay Sterling too. She's also an awesome violinist. She did
Yeah,
like she did like almost a dubsteppy version of the Pokemon theme. I fucking love that.
fuck yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah, before I got into metal, I was really into like rap.
Okay.
Um, but I'm pretty picky about rap. I'm not too into like mumble rap or things like that.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if that's I don't know if that's the technical term. It's just what I've always heard it referred to as.
Yeah.
But my preferred shit is like Big Pun, and like Ghetto Boys and Biggie and all those guys.
Mm.
Like where it's very clear what they're saying, but they also like it just sounds hard as shit. Especially Big Pun.
Oh yeah.
Everything that motherfucker said, like it had fucking it had power behind it. And in my opinion, Pun had the best flow of any fucking rapper ever. Um, he's just so fucking good. But yeah, stuff like that. And now I'm into like horrorcore, like Insane Clown Posse and shit like that. Which, yeah, the Great Malenko, and I have a necklace of the Great Malenko, so I'm into all that jazz. But Yeah, when it comes to rap, I'm a lot more picky, but I do enjoy it
I
a lot. And
like really old style, like the NWA. I
I
really.
love the NWA. Love
But
NWA. Love
other
Ice
than that,
Cube.
I don't really listen a lot to it. I mean, Ice Cube is fucking amazing at it.
He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Snoop Dogg is fucking sick too. If you want weird stuff, like that's just gonna make you sit back and go, "What the fuck?" Start listening to the horrorcore.
Okay.
So like Gravediggers, ICP, Twisted, Bizarre. Bizarre is the weirdest motherfucker ever. Like he would just sing about whatever the fuck. I'm like a 99% sure, and I don't know if this might have to be cut out or not because it's kind of fucked. But he has this lyric where it's like, "I gave my sister chlamydia." And yeah, he just sings about the weirdest, nastiest shit ever.
Fuck.
And that's why his name is Bizarre. It's just fucking weird. He had no reason to say the shit that he said, but he just did it anyway. And that's why I love Bizarre so much, because it's like none of it makes sense.
Exactly.
Nothing he said ever made sense, but it rhymed and it went hard as shit. There is some more serious horrorcore like Gravediggers. Have you ever listened to Wu-Tang Clan?
No, actually not.
Okay, well, RZA from Wu-Tang was in Gravediggers, which they're one of they're one of the first horrorcore groups ever.
All
Um,
right.
Yeah, and then obviously Insane Clown Posse. I think at the time when Gravediggers started, they were the Inner City Posse, and then they changed to Insane Clown Posse and started doing the whole like carnival thing. And then Twisted and all the other fellas like they hopped on. So there's a lot of stuff to choose from. And when it comes to horrorcore, even like the really crummy horrorcore where it's like, this is at least it's fun to listen to for the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
Because like even the shitty horrorcore where it's like this is just not good, you can read the lyrics and just be like, what the fuck were these people doing? You know? It's fun to listen to. I love it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But when it comes to like more serious rap, I'm a lot more picky about it because it's like, okay, well, if you want me to take you seriously, you gotta sound good. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up pretty much listening to like old school rock and some heavy metal and stuff like that. A lot of Guns N' Roses, Van Halen,
Hell yeah.
Queen.
Fucking love Queen, dude.
Then I went over to more like electric sound, like EDM and stuff like that. Then now, like a few years ago, I was like listening to different songs, and then I came across In This Moment with I don't know what the fuck this song is called, but it's insane. And then I started to like looking into more reactions. Then I found Orion, and then it just deathcore and metalcore and everything. I just exploded, and now I don't know how much shit I've listened to because as a reactor you just listen to so much music. It's just holy shit, and there's new music coming every week from the bands you like, and you're like,
oh yeah,
how the fuck am I going to make this work? This is like there's too many music, there's too many songs. But it's also awesome to get to hear all this like smaller bands too.
Oh yeah. When I was growing up, I grew up in a very, very religious household. So like even though my dad would play some like metal for like wrestling themed songs and shit, a lot of what I heard was like contemporary Christian music, which is kind of boring sounding, you know, because all of it's just like super calm, just like we like Jesus. It's like, okay, cool, do what you want to do, but it's boring to me, you know.
Yeah.
But then my dad, because like my mom would only play like Christian music around me. My dad would play like old pop and like EDM and shit like that. And on top of like the wrestling theme songs and shit like that. So because of my dad, I got really into like Tina Turner and Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson and stuff like that. And like I still love that type of music to this day. But I'm mostly into metal. Like metal is my because I don't know, it for me when it comes to like pop and shit like that, it's kind of hard to have that same level of passion. You know, like I love pop, love R&B, but a lot of it is not as passionate as metal is. Some
Oh
of it
no.
is. Like Isaac Hayes, that motherfucker put love into everything he did. Uh, Michael Bolton, fucking obviously Tina Turner, Whitney Houston. Like they put so much passion into their stuff, but there's a lot of it where it's just like, we don't need passion. We're gonna let the audio engineer put it in there for us. It's
Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah,
well,
I
then
just
your
feel
music's
like
gonna be
pop
boring, you know?
has gotten like really generic and mainstream and just
Yeah,
boring as fuck. You just hear like, oh shit, I didn't think it was this song. No, but it sounds exactly the fuck the same. So what the fuck am
yeah,
I supposed to? Why do I listen to it? I don't want to listen to it. Fuck off.
yeah.
Like when
No,
when
like
you
they're good.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Ah, ah. No, I lost myself. You go.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm
Oh no,
sorry.
no, it's good.
It cut out for a second, so I was like, oh, here's
Ah.
this. And so, uh, I'm fine with like things that sound similar as long as the thing that sounds similar is good.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a lot of grind and like gore grind and shit where you can't really tell the bands apart, but at least there's passion in there.
Hmm.
And that's when it comes to like the really extreme shit where it sounds like dumpsters fucking. It's all about the passion for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I like shit like Last Days of Humanity, First Days of Humanity, shit like that. But if the thing that sounds identical is not very passionate to begin with, then I'm just like, you know, eh. Have you ever listened to Mortician?
I don't know. Maybe.
They're they're like brutal death metal slash death grind from New
Okay.
York. Um, they have some of the dumbest riffs ever, and I mean that in like the most positive way, because like they make caveman music,
Oh yes.
and they've been doing it since the '90s. I think they might have formed in the '80s,
Oh
but like
shit.
they've been doing it for a hot minute. And when it comes to like brutal death metal, they're fucking legendary, and I love their like clone bands, like bands that try to sound identical to Mortician. I just love it. There's this one band, it's called Massacred. I wish they had merchandise because I would buy like everything they had. Uh, but they're like very, very active. I don't know if it's a one man band or not, and I think they might be from Chile. But I'm not 100% on that. But they sound so fucking sick, and they're constantly putting out new stuff, and like everything about Massacred, from like the logo to the instruments to the vocals to the album art, it literally just sounds like Mortician. Like you can't even tell it's a different band. And I love it because of how much I love Mortician. And then like Tenebro, they're the same way. They're from Italy. They had that sound, and like I don't know, it's just so there's something about Mortician and Mortician's music where I constantly want more. Cause like I just throw it on and it's just like, oh, this is so fucking sick. And people bitch about Mortician's like audio quality, cause like the audio quality is fucked. Like it is just fuzz and distortion. Like the drums are programmed, so it's like, but there's something about it, man. Like it just gets in your blood, and it's like, it's good. And they use Mortician does. They use audio samples from old horror movies. So
Oh
like,
shit.
yeah. So for some of their music, because like they got pretty into like death grind for a minute. For some of their music, you'll have like a minute and a half of audio from like some horror movie from the 80s, and then 30 seconds of music, and then the next song is up. And it's just silly. Like the whole thing is silly, and that's why I love it. Because like it sounds serious as fuck, but it's just dummy caveman fucking da 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 da, and that's it. And
Mm,
it's fun to listen to. You know,
mm.
it's one of those things where like you play it and you're like, okay, I could kill somebody right now. You know, like it just gets in your soul. You know, and you start to feel it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Do you have any albums coming out like in the recent time that you're really looking forward to? Like any bands that you're really looking forward to? Any
Yeah.
bands?
Cattle Decapitation is dropping an album next month.
Oh yeah.
I am so fucking ready.
I pre-ordered the vinyl. I need it.
Oh, I want it. I want it so fucking bad. Another band which I'm just gonna open up so I can make sure I get all this right. So Death Clock.
What? Death Clock?
Death Clock.
No.
So they're a joke band from a cartoon, but they make
okay.
actual music.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So the cartoon is called Metalocalypse, and it's about a death metal band that becomes so popular they become like an economic superpower. Like,
Oh shit.
They're like quadrillionaires. They're the richest people on the planet. They can afford anything. They can do anything, but they're all dumb as fuck.
That sounds
So, like,
hilarious.
Yeah, and like all of them are stereotypes of like death metal. Because like the dude who made it's like super into death metal, Brendan Small. He's a musical genius, and he's a pretty funny guy. But the whole point of Metalocalypse is that like because there's such stereotypes of the death metal scene, they end up like fucking themselves over and over and over again. Because like they're all alcoholics, they're all extremely violent, they all hate everything, and they're all like obsessed with darkness and evil. So there was one episode which it's been around since like the early 2000s. So like the earlier episodes have some like outdated technology at this point.
Yeah.
But there was one episode where like they wanted to get their own custom phones made, but they were all drunk when they designed it. So it's a shitty phone covered in knives, and they bought one phone line, which means that only one person can use their phone at any given moment. It's just the dumbest shit like that. But their first album was called the Death Album, and they're releasing an expanded edition that has more music from the show, shit like that. So I'm really looking forward to that to come out.
Oh hell yeah.
And Septic Flesh dropped 3 songs the other day. I can't really think of what else I'm really interested in, like that's coming out, because like a bunch of shit's dropped recently where I'm just like, this is amazing. Like Deicide dropped Bible Bashers Expanded Edition, which is Incinerate Him. Incinerate Him. Well, fuck. I've never read the name. I was always just like, yeah, the album that starts with an I. I realize it's really simple to pronounce. I just refuse to ever read it. God damn it. Okay, it's basically that, but with like more shit added to it and stuff like that. They dropped that the other day. The Aggression Sessions, which is Thy Art, Fit for an Autopsy.
Oh wait, has that released?
Yeah.
Oh,
they released it the other day.
Oh fuck.
It's so fucking good.
Die Art, yes. That's another band that I want to see live.
Oh, and Stillbirth dropped an album recently. I don't know if it came out a few days ago or when, but like recently Stillbirth dropped another album.
Oh, fuck.
Stillbirth is brutal death metal, and it's so fucking sick.
But the Aggression Sessions, that was a few different bands, wasn't it? Like 3 bands?
Yeah, so it was Die Art is Murder, Fit for an Autopsy, and Malevolence.
Oh my fuck, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. Out of the 3 bands, I prefer Thy Art is Murder, but they all did an amazing job with this EP. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, Fit for an Autopsy is so good too.
Oh yeah. Here lately, dude, Thy Art's becoming one of my favorite bands. Because like I've known about them for a hot minute, but I never really dove into them until like within like the last 3 or 4 months. But I'm glad that I started getting into them because it's so fucking good, dude.
Oh yeah.
My favorite song by them is probably Dear Desolation. Just like because of the riff. Like the fucking like, dude, come on. That's just fucking nasty. I love it.
I love To the Grave too. Both Die Art and To the Grave are Australian, right? If I'm not,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. To the Grave.
I know Die Art
was the most degenerate fucking insanity on stage, and the wall of death and everything. Yeah, so that is one of the concerts I've seen this far into 2023. It was in January. It was a shit ton of different bands. So To the Grave, Enterprise Earth, Shadow of Intent played.
Fuck yeah, man.
And yeah, a lot of different bands.
We're trying to get Bendur on the podcast that me and Andrew do. Because apparently Andrew's buddies with Ben, but he's busy constantly.
Yeah, I've written
Which, like,
to that.
I understand. Like, he's got stuff going on. So, like, I get it.
Oh yeah, I've
He's
written to
really
them on
fucking
Instagram
busy.
too, but they are always on tour, and if they're not on tour, I bet they're making music, so...
Oh yeah, they're always doing something. I don't think they have days off. I
No.
think they're always just doing shit.
Yeah. But the Migrant was... I went so fucking wild. I mean, it's like all of the albums mixed into one song, and it's just... It's so good.
It's so fucking good, dude.
So good.
I love it, dude. Music is just... It was a gift.
Yeah,
Music
yeah.
is just something. It's just something.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I love paintings. I love poetry. I love drawings. Like, I love all of the art forms.
Yeah, yeah.
But music hits me the hardest. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, music is something that has always spoken to me. Because, like, both of my parents are singers. My mom's a piano player. My mom was an opera singer for a while. Like, my whole family does music.
Okay.
So, like, growing up in a house where, like, even though a lot of the music that my mom was playing isn't really for me personally, it was still just, like, seeing that music, like, bring her to tears. Like, seeing her get moved by the music. Seeing my dad get moved by the music he plays. Because, like, our grandparents lived up in Virginia. So it was like a 3.5-hour car drive to go see them. And me and my dad would go by ourselves a good bit. Because, like, my mom would be doing shit, my brother would be doing shit. And my dad would play music, and, like, seeing him get so into what was playing. Like, especially, like, Tina Turner. Like, he would be playing The Best. And that part where it's like, dun, 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 you're simply the best. Like, the leading up to the chorus. Yeah. Like, every fucking time, he would be, like, hitting the steering wheel. And, like, he wouldn't be running off the road or whatever, but, like, he would have his eyes closed, just, like, singing. And, like, seeing the music get to him in that way made me, like, music is the shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Music is all I need in my life. And so that kind of, like, I mean, I guess it's an obsession. Like, music is just something. I'm always listening to music.
Oh, yeah.
Always. I'm either listening to it or I'm talking about it. Like, if I'm not actively discussing it, something's playing. You know? And the fact that I get to do that now, like, I get to do my own. Like, I'm not just listening to it now, I'm getting to make it. It doesn't feel real half the time. Because I'm just like, this is what I've wanted for years. And now I have it. And, like, it happened. I mean, obviously, like, I've been working on vocals for a while. But, you know, it was just like, I wasn't in a band. And then the very next day, I was in a band with, for lack of a better word, like, my fucking idols. Because, like, Eric was my favorite YouTuber for so fucking long. I love Bro Job, and, like, I'm in a band with Andrew. So it's just like, this whole thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's
None
surreal.
of it feels real. None of it feels real. Like, I've lived out here for 6 months, and I still feel like at some point I'm gonna wake up. You know, like I don't know if I'm ever gonna lose that feeling, but damn, dude, like, it's just, and, like, people are messaging me to be like, I really like what you do. It's like, what the fuck? Like, when did this happen? You know? 'Cause, like, I got on TikTok like a year and a half ago. It's like that quick of a turnaround of, like, I am a nobody from nowhere. Like, I'm from a part of the world where nobody's looking, and now people know who I am. Like, thousands and thousands and thousands of people know who I am, and millions of people have seen my videos. And it's like, what the fuck?
And that's crazy.
You know? It doesn't make sense. It still doesn't make sense. It's never going to make sense. I was screaming at my phone in a bathroom with pink floral wallpaper. And people were just like, this is the guy. This is the one. Like, this is who we're going to support. It's like, holy shit. Like, I mean, it's luck, dude, because there are so many people who are way better at this than I am, and I just happen to be the one that people were like, oh, yeah, we're gonna support that guy. You know, so it's, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. And people got so used to me being in the pink room because, like, up until last September, 99.9% of my videos were in the pink room. I was never recording anything anywhere else. So when I moved, and all of a sudden, like, I was never in the pink room again, people were like leaving comments, and like I got messages about it to be like, "Where's the pink room?" It's like, I don't live there anymore. Sorry. It's weird, the things that like people get attached to.
It's like a cult. Where's the pink room?
Yeah.
We need the pink room.
Yeah, it's like so many people. It's like pink wall, and like I would record shit in my bedroom when I was living in South Carolina because like pink room was a bathroom, and I would do a video in my bedroom with like my Dale Earnhardt cutout behind me, like my Creed hat on, and people would just be like, "Where's your Motorhead hat? And where's the pink room? This is not normal." And it's like, what? There are other rooms where I live. What are you talking about? But I don't know. It amused me that like people cared that much over something that silly, you know. And now like I've gotten so many new people, like followers and shit. Because when I moved out here, I had like 60K. And now I'm sitting at like 133K.
Oh shit,
so like
on TikTok or?
TikTok, yeah.
Oh shit.
So now there's like all these people who every once in a while I'll see a comment like, "Oh, I haven't seen your shit in a while, like where's the pink room?" And I know that like there's 60,000 people who have no fucking clue what they're talking about. Cuz they have like they don't know the lore of like he was this dude, because people thought it was like my grandma's bathroom or some shit, because it looks like an old lady bathroom.
Oh my god.
So people were like, "This dude's screaming in his grandma's bathroom. What the hell? She's probably scared." And I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything, because I think this is funny,
god.
and I want it to keep going. And now it's just like, I kind of miss Pink Room a little bit, you know, because it became such a part of it. Like, there were so many comments, just like, "Pink Room, Pink Room, Pink Room, Pink Room." And it's like, yeah, I'm Pink Room guy. And now I don't live at the Pink Room anymore, and people are just like, and I'm just like, But, you know, I didn't think that I would ever get attached to a room, but I did, because like it was where I did all my videos. Like even before the Screamy Memey TikTok shit, if I wasn't outside, I was in Pink Room. Which, like, my original Instagram has been nuked to hell and back. Like, it doesn't exist anymore because a bunch of shit went down, and I was like, fuck this noise. So I have a new one with no Pink Room videos, obviously, because it's new. But, man, part of me does kind of wish that, like, I could do one last video in Pink Room.
Just paint your room pink.
I might do that. Maybe when I go back to South Carolina for a visit, just for old time's sake, I'll do a Pink Room video. Just to be like, hey, I'm here again. But I don't know. Until then, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm doing all my videos. Except when my roommate's not home and I can go to the living room and shriek without waking him up. Because the living room and his room share a wall. So if I'm in there like freaking the fuck out, yelling over shit, he's gonna wake up. You know?
Oh, okay.
I don't want to be a bad roommate and just like waking him up constantly, you know.
Just stand and wait for him to go to bed outside his doors, and then open it and just scream out.
Just like he's asleep, like the lights are finally off, he's asleep. Like I just kick his door in, and just like run away. I think he would kick me out if I did that. I don't think he would appreciate it.
You don't? Oh my god, that would be hilarious though. Oh my god.
It would be funny, but I know that the consequences probably outweigh any like joy that I get from that. Dude, I used to scare people in South Carolina.
Oh my god, in the middle of the city. Yes.
Well, in the middle of the city, I wouldn't do that because people are going to be like, "Oh, that guy's on bath salts, so we got to call the cops."
But have you seen that TikTok or I don't know if it was on Instagram, the guy that walks around in a store and just screams at fucking like beans and shit.
Yeah,
and picks
Larry.
Yeah, it's so I fucking
Yeah.
love that.
Dude, I love Larry.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
when I don't know if he follows me anymore. I hope he does, but I don't know if he does. But Larry was like one of my first supporters, like
Oh
on
shit.
Instagram. When I first started, Larry followed me, and I was like, "Holy shit! Like this dude sounds sick as fuck. He's like a bigger page, and he knows who I am. Like what the fuck? This is wild." So I love Larry. He's the nicest
I
fucking.
fucking
person.
love the part when he like walks up to this fucking like deli section, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What the hell kind of demon is that?" And he just I did blah 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 blah, and then he just does this just ridiculous fucking shriek in the middle
yeah.
of the store. It's just oh my god,
He's
I love it so much.
Fucking good with it, dude. Larry's the best.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I had something and it just completely left my brain. That's gonna bother me.
It's always like that.
Yeah. Tonight when I'm going to bed, I'm gonna remember what I wanted to tell you, and I'm gonna message you. Like, hey, add this in. Damn, I really don't know what I was about to say. Fuck it, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, do you have like any favorite bands at the moment that you listen a shit onto?
Cannibal Corpse is always like my favorite. I listen to them constantly. Like I could listen to Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
Like I could listen to them every fucking day for the rest of my life and not get sick of it. But outside of Cannibal Corpse, obviously like Thy Art Is Murder, I've been listening to them a good bit. I've been listening to what the fuck is it called? Hang on. I know I keep reaching for it, but like I'm trying to get the names right, you know? Severed by Dawn. I've been listening to Deicide, Extermination, Dismemberment, God Butcher.
Ooh, Extermination, Dismemberment are insanely good.
Dude, their singer Vlad, like the lead vocalist.
Yeah.
He follows me on TikTok.
Ooh.
And yeah, and I was just like, dude, the people who follow me are always going to be my claim to fame. It doesn't matter what I do in my life. I'm always going to be like, you know, the vocalist of Extermination, Dismemberment follows me. Like it doesn't like I could be a trillionaire and I would still use that as my claim. Just like, hey, this guy knows who I am. Like Worm Shepherd. There's this one death grind band. They're called Sadomasochist.
Okay.
And they're so fucking good.
Wait, I recognize that name. I can't connect it to a song, but I recognize the name.
They're, in my opinion, their best work is Auditory Slaughter. But they also have an album from a few years ago called Death as a Solution. They're just really fucking good. Oh, and I've been listening to Haggis a good bit lately. They're more gore grind.
Okay.
Have you ever listened to gore grind?
Yeah. I mean, some music I've listened to is gore grind for sure. But I can't name bands or anything. But
yeah. Dude, I fucking love gore grind because of how absurd it is. Because it's like frogs and trash cans. Like that's what it sounds like, and I just love it so much. But Haggis is like one of the best ones to ever do it. I love Haggis.
I love when you just can go like full caveman. It's just it's the best.
I love it so much, dude. If you want some like real caveman slam, listen to Ooga Ooga. They're caveman slam. They're caveman slam. That's caveman themed.
Oh my fucking god!
Their album art is like mammoths and T-Rexes and like cavemen with clubs, and they're just called Ooga Ooga, and all of their songs are called Ooga Ooga.
What? Oh my god!
All of their songs are Ooga Ooga. It's so fucking good. Like it's Ooga Ooga by Ooga Ooga on the album Ooga Ooga.
What the fuck?
It's amazing. I love it.
And my favorite bands right now, probably like I'd say the best band in the world right now for me is Shadow of Intent, and then followed are Orbit Culture. I fucking love Orbit Culture so much.
I still need to check them out.
I
I haven't
mean, they
listened to them
are
before.
so fucking good, and their presence, like what, and just the raw energy. Like
Fuck yeah.
was the 31st now of March. I was and saw Scar Symmetry, Orbit Culture, The Halo Effect, and Meshuggah. And
Dude, fuck yeah.
Orbit Culture was by far the best. Like the raw energy and power, and it's like a mix of death metal and Metallica, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's so fucking good.
Fuck yeah.
You should really check out their EP Shaman. That EP is really, really good. So
Hell
good.
yeah.
And
I'll check them out today.
Nija, their album Nija is also really good.
Yeah.
Had to get merch when I saw them.
Hell yeah. Dude, what's the problem with, like, I'm trying to lose weight.
Yeah.
The problem with being my size is that nobody has merch your size. Ever. It
Yeah.
sucks. Like, very few people have hats that fit. Shout out to Reality Fade merch for this epicardiectomy beanie. Because this shit is comfortable and I love it. But like, you're not, if you're a big feller like me is,
Yeah.
you're not gonna find shirts in your size.
No.
Which, it sucks. So like, that's my main. Fuck health. My main motivation for losing weight is being able to wear a cattle decapitation shirt. Like, fuck everything else.
Yeah.
This is all about Travis Ryan.
I just can't wait for the Cattle album. Oh my god.
I am so fucking rich, dude. We eat our own offspring and Scourge of. Fuck. What is it? We eat our own children and then Scourge of the Offspring. Dude. Those, like, that's the only songs that they've released off the new album so far. And if the rest of the album is even half as good as those songs are, this is going to be legendary.
Hell yeah.
This is so fucking sick.
How surprised were you when they added cleans in the last song?
I wasn't too surprised because they first started to do, like, to dabble in that on Monolith in 2012, Monolith of Inhumanity. Like, they started doing that, like that shit. And then for Anthropocene Extinction, they went all in. Like, just about every song on that album has it. They didn't really do it on Medium Rarities, and then they brought it back for Death Atlas. So I'm thinking, like, and the thing is, like, Travis Ryan is just a god at vocals. It doesn't matter what he's doing; it sounds sick. So, like, that dude could say anything and do anything, and I know it's going to be fucking legendary. Like, this is just my opinion. He is the best vocalist ever. Like, he's not my favorite vocalist of all time. Like, that's George Fisher, because, like, he's the guy I wanted to be when I first, like, properly learned how to scream. Because, like, for a while, I was trying to sound like Corey Taylor, but I made my throat bleed too much. So then I started trying to sound like George Fisher, and, like, then everything clicked, and I was like, okay, cool. So George is always going to be my boy. But as far as, like, raw fucking, like, skills and shit, Travis is the guy. Because he's got such an amazing range. He's got a trillion different techniques. Like, he's too fucking good, you know?
I mean,
It's
then there's,
legendary.
like, people for different genres, too. Like, like Ben Jur. I mean, his lows are so distinct
They're
and
so
so
good.
like special. Like, no lows really sounds like his. So he is my favorite, I think, vocalist right now. Then I don't really know who to compare him with, or like, but
Ben sounds like Ben.
Yeah, Ben sounds like Ben. No one sounds like him.
Yeah.
But then I really liked. Oh my god! I always Pierce. The Whitechapel vocalist, Phil.
Phil Bozeman.
Phil Bozeman. Yeah. He's really good too.
He was one of, like, my bigger inspirations as far as, like, learning screams goes, because most of what George Fisher does is, like, mid screams.
Yeah.
He doesn't like, not anymore, at least.
He channels his neck.
Yeah, his neck is bigger than his head. Like, he doesn't scream. He just opens his mouth, and that's the sound that comes out. But for like their older work, he would do highs a fuck ton, and he would go from like high to mid to low. But at the time when I first started getting into screaming, the only albums by them that I really knew were Torture and Kill, which Kill was like the first Cannibal album I ever heard. And in those albums, there are some moments where he's like, yeah, but most of it's like mid screams. So for a while, that's all I did was mids. And then I got into Whitechapel, and I was like, okay, so I can go lower. And that's how I started learning lows. I didn't do highs pretty much at all for the first 3 years of me doing vocals, because the majority of Whitechapel and the majority of Cannibal Corpse is all mids and lows. So for my first 3 years of screaming, that's all I did. Was because I don't need high screams. I want to be Phil and George. Then I found Cattle Decapitation, and I was like, this changes everything. So I started doing highs.
But
All because of Travis.
Isn't the highest must be the hardest part to pull off, right? Isn't it? Like
At first, definitely.
I mean,
Because
isn't that like it's easier to hurt your voice with the highs than with the lows. Isn't that
typically, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn my gain down because I'm about to scream. But because I've learned different ways to make the sounds, it's pretty easy for me to just sit back and just but I can just sit down and it's taken quite a while for me to get to a point where I like sitting down, I can do whatever I want. But now that I'm at the point, I've realized that as it stands currently, it's easier for me to just sit and go with high screams because I can just kind of do what I want to with those.
Yeah.
Lows do take a little bit more effort because I'm kind of like bracing more. Like I've had more practice with lows, and in my opinion, my lows sound better than my highs do. But highs are just easier to do because I can just breathe and do those.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's no effort.
Yeah, so it's basically technique with the highs in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you fuck up your technique in general, you're going to hurt yourself.
Wasn't that what happened with Ollie from Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with their work, but from what I've gathered, from what I've heard, from the shit that I've seen, at first he was using pretty rough technique. And that's why like they quit screaming for a minute, I think.
Yeah.
And now he's learned good technique, so he's back into it. The thing about screaming is you can have fucked technique and your body might adapt to it, but the odds of you being lucky enough for that to happen are slim to none. It's always better to like have good technique as much as possible, you know?
Yeah.
Like the vocalist for Pig Destroyer, he just yells. But he's been doing it for so long, he can just do whatever he wants to. Same thing with Barney from Napalm Death. Like they're literally just shredding their shit, but they've been doing it so long that they can just kind of do whatever they want to with it, you know?
Yeah.
Then you have people like Chris Barnes, who started off with really fucking bad technique and never got better because they refused to change. Chris's vocals now, he can barely even distort his voice.
Oh shit!
He literally, yeah. They're working on a new album right now. 6 Feet Under is, but their last album, Nightmares of the Decomposed, his vocals are literally, that's all he can do anymore, because he's spent the last damn near 40 years using the worst technique possible.
Oh yeah.
Like if you isolate the old vocals from like early Cannibal Corpse, when like everyone in death metal thought that Chris was the guy, if you isolate it, you can hear his voice crack and you can hear his distortion waver because he was using fuck technique. And I'm not saying like I'm a perfect vocalist or by any means, but he was not doing it healthily. So now he's suffering for it. Which, like, 6 Feet Under is fun to listen to if you're not going to take it seriously. If you want something to smile about, listen to 6 Feet Under. But I do feel bad for him.
Oh
Because
yeah.
like he went from being the fucking guy, and now everyone on the internet's just like, look at this guy, look at this fucking idiot, look at him, laugh, point and laugh. Like that's just where everyone's at this point with him. He's got an ego on him too.
Oh shit.
Like he so I think it was like a year or two ago. Someone pretended to be him on social media, and they were saying shit like, I should have been in the top vocalist of all time and blah blah blah. It's like being a dick. And everyone believed that it was Chris, and everyone like lost their shit over it. But then like I think it was a month ago, the real Chris Barnes, like it wasn't a fake account, it was actually him. I think it was Metal Injection. They did like their list for the top death metal vocalists. So Chris decided to release his own list. I think he was like number 4 on his own list of the top death metal vocalists of all time.
Yikes.
I will say he swallowed his pride a little bit because he did put George Fisher on the list. George Fisher replaced him when he was kicked out of Cannibal Corpse.
Ah.
So he did swallow his pride a little bit and be like, yeah, George is pretty fucking sick. But he put himself in the top 10 of all time. It's like, dude, come on. You cannot be that confident. I don't know.
Oh my god.
He seems like he would be fun to talk to about anything other than vocals. Because talking with him about vocals, it seems like all he can do is stroke his ego, you know? So
yeah. Shit. Well, it's have been fun to have you on here. If you don't have anything else to, do you have anything you want to talk about? Tell people.
New End of an Era stuff will be out soon. Buy what is left of the merch right now because we are only going to be doing limited runs. So whatever's left of what we have right now is it for this run. So if you haven't gotten anything yet and you want something, right now might be your only chance to get it because I have no idea what we have left. As far as I know, we have nothing. But if we have anything and you want something, get it now. Think that might be it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for,
I think that's it.
For coming on, and it's been a blast to talk to you and been chatting and learning everything and just joking about.
This was fun, dude. I'm sorry if I talked too much, but I was having fun.
Oh no, I just had fun listening to everything you had to say. You learn so much and get a lot of new information about everything. So it's just awesome.
And now I know to go listen to Orbit Culture because I've never done that before.
Oh yeah,
so.
do it. You have to do it.
I swear. I promise. I will make you proud. I promise.
Thank you to everyone that's watching too for sticking with us and listening to all our bullshit.
Yeah, thank you all.
And if you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see some more podcasts and reactions. I will also leave Mr. Screamy Memey's socials in the descriptions down below, so go check him out too. But yeah, thank you for checking out this demonic cast, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.